Hi, Debbie Lichter here with Freedom Embodied Academy, and today we are talking about how to stop people pleasing. So if this is something that you find yourself getting into all the time, like overgiving or saying yes when you mean no, or constantly worrying what other people think about you, or trying to get others to like you, or finding yourself constantly in relationships where you're the one that's just giving, 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 and you're not receiving in return, then definitely stick around, because we are going to be talking about why we get into this people-pleasing stuff in the first place and what we can do right now to start shifting our experience around that so you can get on the path of being free from it. So this topic is of particular, it's near and dear to my heart, I will say, because I was such a people pleaser. I remember the boss that I worked for a few years back. And for me, the people pleaser, the workaholic, the perfectionist, the busy bee all went together, because I was just so attached to wanting his approval, wanting to do a good job, not wanting to mess up, not wanting to disappoint. And so it had me just constantly vigilant of what I could do to do the right thing. And, when I'm speaking with people about their tendencies for people pleasing, I hear really similar things, that the inner perfectionist, the busy bee, the workaholic sometimes all gets kind of like, mixed in with this tendency to be a people pleaser. Or I also hear a lot of, putting on a happy face, smiling and just going with the flow instead of really speaking up. And again, like that saying yes when you really want to say no. So let's just talk for a moment about why this happens and why it happens for so many people, women particularly, but really people in general. So it has to do with something that I teach about in the Freedom Embodied Academy that is called the external feedback loop. So the external feedback loop is when we displace our sense of worth and value outside of ourselves in the external world, and then we rely on external feedback to inform and affirm how we feel about ourselves. So that kind of says like, okay, well, what you think about me defines my own sense of worth and value, or how you treat me determines if I'm important or not. Or, my value or my lovability is determined by what the number on the scale says, or what the number in my bank account says, or what I'm doing for a living. We have this tendency to place that locus of power, of value, of worth, and often identity outside of ourselves. And what does that do for us? That has us feeling really destabilized on the inside. That has us feeling not very, very safe. That has us full of doubt. And it just keeps us in this constant cycle of needing things on the outside to be a certain way for us to actually feel a sense of ease and comfort on the inside. And, if you can kind of relate to this a little bit, then you might just go back in your own life right now and just go, gosh, do I tend to worry a lot what others think? Do I tend to hold back because I don't want to be judged? Do I find myself trying to prove myself a lot, or trying to be perfect, or wanting to get it right? These are the kinds of things. Do I find myself people pleasing? Do I find myself overgiving, or saying yes when I really mean no? These are all indications that we are possibly caught up in the external feedback loop. And what this does is it's just keeping you outside of your center. And so when we talk about, well, how do you get free from the pattern of people pleasing? How do you start to shift that? What's so important is learning how to go from the external feedback loop and reconnect into your internal guidance system. And this is what I teach the ladies in my Freedom Embodied Academy how to do, because this is the most important thing. This is it. Once you can operate from your inner guidance system, from your gut instinct, from your sixth sense intuition, from divine inspiration that's informing you in each moment, you feel the sense of worth and value internally. You feel guided in each moment, and you don't need for things on the outside to be a certain way for you to feel a certain way on the inside. And what that does is that completely changes how you behave in the outside world. Because if I don't need you to like me for me to feel my own worth and value, then if I really want to say no to something, then I'm going to go ahead and say no to it. Because while I don't want to disappoint you, my whole sense of identity and worth and value is not hooked into whether or not you like me in this moment. See, it brings all of the power back inside. And so that's just one example. But you can see how shifting from the external feedback loop and coming into your internal guidance system can create that internal feeling of ease and comfort, like, hey, I'm okay in here. I feel my worth. I feel my value. I can trust myself to make healthy choices. I have that courage and that confidence to put myself out there, because my whole sense of identity is not pinned on, what you think about me, if you're going to judge me, if you're going to like what I have to say. And so there's more freedom for me to be authentically me. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. And so what I'd love to do, obviously in a video of a couple minutes, we're not going to be able to solve that whole problem there. We're not going to be able to teach you exactly how to shift from the external feedback loop into your inner guidance system. That's what I have an entire academy and training around. But I do want to support you with something right now that you can ask anytime, any place, anywhere. And this can help you to start to reorient around a place of more centering inside of you, a place of more congruence with yourself, and a place of deeper authenticity. And that is this. If you are about to go do something that you sense might be a people-pleasing action, ask yourself this. If I was perfectly provided for in this moment, if I was given everything that I needed in this moment, if I was full and really knowing my worth and my value, if I had everything that I needed, would I still go ahead and do this? Would I do this? See, because oftentimes we're doing something because there is a perceived lack inside of ourselves. We have a fear of missing out. And so we'll go do the thing even though we're really tired. We want to belong. And so we might say yes to something even though it doesn't really suit us. We might be the one that's overgiving because we so deeply want friendship and connection. And so if you can ask yourself this question, it's like, if I were coming from a place of feeling totally filled up on the inside, having gotten everything what I needed in this moment, that I was perfectly provided for, would this be something that I would do? And from that place, you can start to get honest with yourself. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. And so what you get to be with is, you know what? I'm really going to make a commitment to be more authentic, to be more congruent, to not betray what my own truth is. And this will be so, so powerful. This might shift your relationships, and it might ruffle a few feathers initially, but this is going to have you feeling a deeper sense of ease and comfort and freedom that I just can't wait. I can't wait for you to start experiencing that, because that is just so, so powerful. So I hope that these distinctions really support you. Again, you're not expected to go out there and to, just like turn that pattern off immediately. There is a deeper process that I guide folks through who to really help you to truly get free from that process. But I hope that you got some distinctions today that can put you on that path. And so I would love to hear from you. If you do find this valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with a friend. Make a comment. Let me know how I can support you. And I will leave a link in the comments. If you do want to dive deeper into this, if you're truly, truly ready to get free from the people pleasing, I will leave a link in the comments, and it would be my absolute honor to help you to do just that. So again, thank you for taking this time out, sharing it with me. I will connect more with you next time. Bye for now.